Why, hello there, Goku and Vegeta fans alike. Shams Nelson here from Fantastic Anatomy in my Super Saiyan form. And today I thought I would go through, I finished up this sketchbook like a week ago or so, and I thought I'd do a sketchbook flip through and share some of the things that I learned, whatever, you know? So I thought I'd look at some old sketchbook I have to show you the difference. So this is something from my art school days, and you can see that a lot of the pages are left empty. Kind of like these characters, but like I didn't use both sides of the page for some reason. I don't know why. Very sparsely used up, and that's one of the main things that I've been still got a lot of pages on this to go, and I'll come back and fill them up later. But and it's the same with this guy too. I guess there's more going on here. Let's see what's going on here. These are from at least a few years back. I don't know, not using both sides of the pages, leaving a lot of blank areas. But I think I was a little more precious with my sketchbooks back in the day. But now you're gonna see my new sketchbook, or my new sketchbooking style. So let's go through this one page by page. So the first page, always leave blank, and this is for me like a kind of mental thing, because it's always so intimidating, like, oh my gosh, my first sketch has to be so good, like, or else my whole sketchbook is gonna be like, oh, started off on a bad note. So my solution to this is, alright, I just leave the first page blank so that, you know, if I want to come back one day and do an awesome sketch on there, then I can. I almost never do though. Oh, I guess I left the first two blank. I didn't realize that. Alright, so here's some, just gonna flip through and whatever ideas or thoughts come to mind. See, here I'm just getting messy, just kind of like messing it up, doing whatever to loosen up and to feel like, all right, this is a book for practicing. And one of the reasons I wanted to do a sketchbook flip through in the first place was because you see all these, like, everyone who does sketchbook flip throughs, it seems, they're great, don't get me wrong, but see, I'm not like a Nazi about like filling up every page. I'll probably, you know, I can come back here and be like, oh, I like this pose, so then I can use the empty pages to kind of do what I did here, but with my new improved skills, hopefully, in like a year or something. I'm gonna do that with these old sketchbooks. So everyone's sketchbooks are so good, and it's like, makes me feel like, oh my gosh, like what am I doing with my life? But then I think, no, sketchbook is supposed to be for practice. Like, that should be where all your crummy drawings go and stuff like that. Oh, I wanted to share with you guys some of my materials too. These pens, well, I'll just tell you about them. This is this ENO pencils, and they have this different colors. This one isn't, this is a different thing, but these pink ones, and I got a light blue one, and now I have all these colors, and you'll see that when I show you my new sketchbook at the end. But I really love them. They're really soft and nice to use. Here I was sitting in a cafe, my friend was teaching me some Arabic, and I left this page alone because I kind of liked it, like the just composition in the middle, and I was like, all right, maybe I don't know, I just like it. So yeah, I feel like a sketchbook should be a place where you feel like free and unrestricted and uninhibited, and you'll see later I just like scribble on pages and stuff. Here, this is from Alex Ross, copying his Aquaman. You know, I really like his style. I'm doing like realistic type superheroes, reinterpreting him to be like people you could see their body types and stuff being more realistic. Like Superman's a little overweight in his rendition of it. I'll speed up a little bit probably. It's a weird character. I haven't looked at this in a while, so it's kind of cool to see. Oh, this is like my shadow drawing technique where you just kind of shade in the like eyes and the area under the nose and the top lip, and kind of like you can make faces easily that way. I think I have a video on that. Practicing some shapes there, I guess. So like I was saying, like, people's sketchbooks are really good, and I thought this was a place. I got into drawing Pokemon for a minute. Sketchbook should be a place where you can, you know, be free and stuff. So I want to share this with you guys, and you can compare yourself and be like, oh yeah, I'm way better than this dude, and feel good about yourself, instead of the opposite where you see other people's sketchbooks and you're like, dang, this guy's like, oh, my life, what have I done? I'm a failure. But also I think it's fun to see people's like progression. I really like the gesture on this. I don't know, there's a good flow there. One thing that I've been learning is with poses, to have a very strong action line, and they say that a lot, but it really makes a difference. And so I'm trying to learn a little bit more about like good posing technique and stuff. I always write stuff like, what is this? Forest people of Vietnam. There's been hundreds of sightings of orang pendek. Oh, and the 50-foot long snake in the Congo. I should look that up on YouTube. Those are two very interesting things. Oh, this was a sketch for that's Dick Gracie actually, and I did a project, a little comic project, electro comic project with the Biblical Comics with an X. You can check it out. It's called On the Way. One of my first little projects here. I'm studying the nose. So one of the things I got into doing was drawing 20 of everything, and that has been the biggest thing that has helped me improve in my art. Like this guy, he's like pushing Pikachu off his shoulders. I don't know, man. Some like, I don't know, weird stuff. Alright, yeah, drawing 20 of everything. I think you'll see more of that to come. This is Miyamoto Musashi, Shinmen Musashi, and Shamsa Tabrizi, Yusuf ibn Yaqub. This is Joseph, son of Jacob. And this is for a project that a personal project that I still want to do. Character design study sketches for Wolverine, and then some Piccolo, just kind of getting a feel for what makes those characters. One thing I really like and learned from Will Terry actually recently is a good thing to do is to figure out like what makes a character that character. So like if you can isolate the few things, like Wolverine's got big chest, these spiky things, 3 claws, you know. If you give a character those 3 things, he's gonna be basically, you're gonna feel like he's Wolverine. It might not be a perfect Wolverine, but you'll know he's Wolverine. Piccolo, he's got the shiny head, turban thingy, and these arm parts, and pointy ears. If you give him that and kind of like scowling eyes, then he'll be a Piccolo, you know. So it's nice to. This mischievous guy is kind of neat. Could be a funny character. Here I'm experimenting with shapes. I did a video on that too. These are the triangle ones. I did a full page of triangle. Here's some circle ones on top, and then some square guys. And see, I'm just trying to fill up all the pages like as much as possible. I'm really not worrying about it too much otherwise. And then I do this thing, I think I talked about in another video, but I do bad drawings, experimental drawings, and creative drawings for each like thing that I learn. So like let's say I'm learning the arms, I'll do bad drawings of the arms. I'll do bad drawing, experimental drawings of the arms, messing with shapes, messing with different ideas, just trying to see different ways of drawing the arms. And then creative is just kind of do what I want, you know, maybe render them out a little more, have fun with it. Okay, so you can see I'm drawing lots of these head gestures, some characters. This guy looks kind of cool. He's eating a cookie like that, little Dr. Seussy. Yeah, there are more crummy drawings than good ones, and I think that's okay, especially when you're learning, because it's really like, for me, I've learned that repetition and doing as much as you can. So here they are again, bad drawings, experimental, and then getting creative a little more. Again, so that was, I think this was for the gesture, this is for the structure. And Scotty Young style stuff, which is copying some Scotty Young. I always liked his style. Dude in the head from all the different angles. So here's an example of the Eno pencils. So it's got, right, this one's using the light blue and the dark blue, and I really recommend these. I would love them so much. I got all the colors. This isn't, you know, so you can see that this one's got rough. It's a little grainier. I mean, here it's a little grainy, but it's more, it's a pencil style, you know, and it's just soft and nice. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright. Now moving on to drawing the body. Bodies. Oh, this is kind of epic. Thousands of years ago, in the adolescence of mankind, the great kings, heroes, and spirits of of the world grew arrogant and deemed to call themselves gods. Now has come the time for them to be humbled, and you have been chosen as the instrument of justice. What is your name, warrior? It's like an intro for a game where you battle like all the heroes and demigods and gods of like ancient pantheons and stuff like that. This is drawing from, I don't have it out here, but I have this like head thing, that the plaster cast head that I got in art school. Drawing this. This is interesting. I was trying to draw like giant people, and it kind of looks like a giant, but it's interesting. What I learned is that when you draw like people in proportion, if the giant guy is in proportion, he doesn't feel like a giant. And there's even this weird video of this Japanese like giant guy, and he doesn't really look like a giant until you look at the people next to him and you realize they're tiny. And here's the same effect there. Now if I wanted to push it so that he does seem like abnormally large or proportion, I could make the head smaller, and that would probably make him seem like just a more giant figure. But yeah, anyways, I've had these ideas for these really cool like giant type characters. I want them to fight like normal sized people, and I just thought that would be cool. Yeah, this is that chick from Saved by the Bell, I think, who was paused while my wife was doing something. So I was like, all right, let me just do that. So lots of drawings. Getting close to the end. Here's the other plaster cast thing I have, so I drew a bunch of those. This is just kind of having fun. My friend was coming, had this comic idea, and so I was doing some like concepts for that. More practice. This is me just kind of having fun over here, kind of like that style. Drawing some stuff from life. I should do more life drawing stuff. Practicing the back. Here's another little guy from life. Life drawing is great, man, but I mean, I think it's really like it's all about the mix. Another life thing, like studying stuff, drawing it from your head, drawing from life. Like, I feel like an artist should just be able to draw whatever they need to draw, and that's really been my goal. So doing all the different types of stuff. So here's where I really like, I think I just decided to loosen up and just, you know, like go do whatever I want. No, okay, maybe later. I thought I have some pages where it's like just scribbles. Okay. This is from a Pathfinder book. I'm really loving the new Masters Academy for learning like anatomy and stuff. It's where these eye drawings are. With donut shapes around the eyes, very like, except for on the sides. Oh yeah, here's where I was just like, kind of just like getting it out of my system and just like not caring. And it's interesting because look, that doesn't fade through. It's an ink pen, and it's this special Copic one, but Copic usually just bleeds through like crazy. But this one didn't for some reason. And then this is like, what would I draw if I just like wanted to draw and I didn't care if it looked good? Like if you're a kid, and I think this is a good exercise. Like imagine you're a kid and you're just gonna make crummy drawings like stick figures and stuff. I always like the beginning of adventure games where you have to choose like, oh, are you gonna be a wizard or like a defender or a warrior type? And then I was like, oh, what if I made it a little more historical or something? Like, I don't know, this one's a little sci-fi, some African, Roman style. I don't know, I just decided to have fun for a few pages and also draw full page, which is not like me at all. So I wanted to explore that. Here's a dwarf for the Creepy Snake Tavern. This guy's got a gun apparently, so I don't know what's going on. Little guy with a banjo. So there's some freakish creature. This guy, I guess there's some kinds of rogues. Oh yeah, here's his bag, and then this little guy's got his is bringing the last coin that he dropped, and he's like, come on, onwards, quickly. And then this is just madness. Beep boop. We have located, what the, subject 3 blah 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 point 3 blah blah. You're crazy, llama. Ha, I'm a freedom fighting llama. I trusted you, llama. It's a Christmas tree. I don't know what's going on here. I like these guys, and that's why I left the page blank, because I might come back and like use this as inspiration to make more little funny parakeets. So I wanted to leave that page so I could look right to this one from reference. So here's my concept artwork for Strange Sales, a comic that I worked on with my friend. Here's the main character, Talbert O'Brien. These are all Nurbles, or at least initial concepts for Nurbles. We decided to keep them green. This is kind of what they ended up looking like. A female Nurble, male Nurble has these. You don't see too many of them because they don't want unauthorized Nurble breeding. Nurbles can have anywhere between 1 and 5 eyes. One important feature of the Nurble was the Nurble's Nurble, which is this thing shooting out. And then originally we didn't want them to have a mouth because, I don't know, we wanted them to be little, kind of like, you know, like not human-like, you know, not too anthropomorphized. So I was trying to experiment, okay, where could the Nurble go on the head? His little tailed Nurble, no. And then where would the Nurble go into the person? Would it just go into your forehead, or do they latch onto your face to get you the Nurbles in there? So you'll see more of those anyways and see where that concept went in a minute. Here we're just practicing eyes. So yeah, I was talking about these Copic markers. The Copic markers, they don't bleed through, and it was a pigment-based one, but it frayed really quickly. So I don't know if I want to buy them again, because on one hand it's nice that on this thin paper where most markers bleed, or you can see it on the other side at least, it doesn't do that, but then it frayed quickly, and I read reviews and it says that that's a common problem. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you about that, but if you're looking for one, I think it's the SE series or something like that, or SB, I'm not sure. So here we're like, all right, well, it could go into the, oh, this is where I came up with the idea. Oh, I guess maybe I did digital art for when I first came up with it, but decided that the eyeballs would open up, and then, so the eyeballs are actually the mouth. And these Nurbles can come out of that, and they look like this. So the Nurble looks like. Ideas for the Omnicorp logo, the company that sells these Nurbles, and you guys should check it out. We put it up online. It's like an 8-page little comic preview at shamsnelson.com/strange sales. I think you can check it out there if you're interested. And so these are some, my wife did some little drawings. Here's another one of my little parakeets. Make notes and stuff too. Oh, so here, this is out of sequence. So these ones with the pink and stuff, this is like I ran out of room at the end of Sketchbook, so I just came in and just started filling up the empty spots. So this page had a lot of empty spots, so I came back. So this is actually stuff that I did after, you know, and I think the quality is better. Definitely getting better, man. All this practice, but it's been like, you know, all my free time I spent drawing, and that's great. I love it. And then actually when you start making, at first it was kind of annoying, not annoying, but you know, like, but these are all ideas for different products at Omnicorp aside from the Nurbles. So I don't know, the Power Pearl personal training unit. We got, I don't know, I just started drawing random stuff. Saggy-eyed Spikosaurs, I think we like that one. I don't know, Toast Servant 3000. Weird stuff. Here's Ligertron, the first sketch of Ligertron. You could check that out. He made it into the comic. Avocado Face didn't, but he might be there. Strange tech. It's we honestly don't understand the technology we're utilizing. It came from the future. So this is the idea, was like Omnicorp somehow like kind of stumbled upon technology that they don't understand. They got it from the future because they got time travel or whatever. They kind of figured it out, but then they got this technology, and they call it strange tech, or is an idea we're working with. The weirder the idea, the more likely it is to work. It's an anti-probability principle power, powered by imagination. So it's like, the less likely something it is to work, the more likely it is to work with this technology. It's some kind of like, you know, quantum physics thing that works on the probability principle, but like reverses it. So they just have all these crazy things like Avocado Face and like the breathing plank, or Funawood, the talking tree, and he's just sad because he's just a plank, like he has nothing to live for, but he's highly sentient. Poor guy. And doodles for the ideas. Here's parakeet. Para means irregular, like paranormal. So I made these like Keats, like little Keats comic. You can see that at cowabungacomics.space. You can find a bunch of this stuff at cowabungacomics.space. Okay, this is upside down, but I won't turn it over because it's whatever. Here's some more Keats. Uh-oh, you shouldn't see that. That's secret concept art. My wife was teaching people. She works in the kindergarten, and they were drawing cows one day. So she showed me the technique. Drawing noses. It's kind of self-portrait. Some like really loose Nurble sketches. I guess random stuff here. Blah, blah, blah. This is the Cloney. I call him George Cloney. I don't know if that's gonna be his final name, but he's a clone character from Strange Sales, and basically they've been cloning all like he is the ultimate hippie guy. So they've cloned like the perfect hippie so that he can infiltrate the hippies and spread Omnicorp propaganda, like as a grassroots movement type thing. So he's on the cover of the Strange Sales preview. We've got the Omniblade, blessed by the Omni spirits of war. I don't know if this can get in. Right, blah blah blah. It's really practice my signature a bit. Lots of noses and the mouths. Hey, I cut that off from my computer. More mouths. More mouths. Just a big face. Oh, this is some sketching from life. Went to the mall and just started drawing some people there. Turning to do a little bit of that. I'm gonna have to do more. This is weird. Just kind of let loose and did whatever. That's not part of it. It just got messed. It got a little messy. Drawing the hands. I love these shapes for the hands, but I did a video on that already. Oh yeah, I have these stickers. Made some Strange Sales stickers. There's also this one on the front that I showed at the beginning. It's a Nurble. More hands. So yeah, man, just making my sketchbook really sketchy. Having a good time with it. More hands. So you see, like towards the end, I'm starting. These are like sketching stuff out of the Pathfinder NPC book, which I got specifically for the art. And I'm messing around, creating some of my own characters and poses and stuff like that. Or is that from the book too? Oh no, these are from like getting some stuff from Pinterest. Those are my. But I think I gave them my own twist. Anyways, so you see here at the end, I'm drawing like more quantity, like the hands. I needed the hands practice, so I drew a lot of hands, and man, it helped. I could never draw hands before, and now I'm feeling, I'm decently confident with the hands. I mean, here now I even studied the skeleton, the some like characters, studying the pelvis region, which was kind of a tough region to study, I think, because I didn't really a lot going on there. On. Okay, more pelvis. So you could see like what I've come to realize is it's good to draw a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, and so the back of my sketchbook is what I use to kind of get my ideas down. So I write down studios that I would like to work at, God willing, one day. When I come across them, if I like their art style, if I think it blends with mine or resonates with mine, so that I can keep a list of that. So when I'm ready to apply with my portfolio and have that 2-year plan kind of thing. Oh, and then this is where I started developing my ideas for the classes that I ended up making videos for Strange Sales, making also a Pikachu. That was for music. Then here's the outline for what I do. I do a video of each, then draw 20s, draw 23 times, like maybe front view, side view, back view is typical, bad drawing, experimental, creative, and then I make a what I learned video, and that's what you're seeing here on YouTube when you see my videos. So yeah, that's it for this sketchbook. So boom, it's nice to feel like you finished one up, and I guess I'll just give you a preview of this sketchbook. So I think I left the first page blank. Yep, that's like usual. And then so this will give you an idea. So here's the green. These are all the colors just when I got them in the mail, messing around. It's nice to have all these different colors. They're so soft, man. It's just such a pleasure to draw with, really. I'm very happy that I discovered these. I can't remember who mentioned them. So arms, lots of arms. Here again, bad, experimental, creative. And also here I was like thinking like, oh, my bad ones aren't bad enough. Like I should push it to like, I was just kind of like letting myself draw however and not like worrying is what the bad thing is. But I think even for bad, I should push it to be like like really bad, because then sometimes I'll discover something and be like, oh, so that's why like when you do a stupid cartoon bicep that's just a bump like this, like, oh, okay, because it actually does kind of stop. I don't think I actually showed it here, but where is it? Oh, here. Like there is kind of a gap between where the bicep ends and anyways, so there's some truth to some of the bad drawings, and it also just loosens you up and feels good. I'm learning gestures, so doing a lot of gestures, really trying to stay loose on those too. Here are my draw 20 of people running. So it's not always the exact same pose, but I'll do like draw 20 people running stuff, and then I'll do different people running. But it gives me an idea of how running works. This is from New Masters Academy stuff. Tried to draw my beautiful wife, didn't really capture her beauty, but that's okay, gonna get better. This is for a children's book I'm working on. And there's a couple more. So I left this page blank because I want, okay, so all the children's book stuff can take up these 3 pages so they're not too scattered around. So I left that open. And then it came here, and these are my latest project for my portfolio. I'm going to be drawing a mashup between World of Warcraft races with Diablo 2 classes, because I love World of Warcraft races and I love Diablo 2 classes. So here's the Gnome Barbarian, which is going to be the first in this series. Cool, well, that's it. I got a lot of blank pages to go, exciting stuff. So yeah, that's it. Peace, God bless, and stay fantastic, everyone.